Well, first thing I do is say, please take the time to read my book, and in particular read chapter 6 in that book, which is about school choice and poverty, and and understand the ill effects of a poorly implemented school choice program where you're allowed to see segregation of the students, to push those students who are not successful back out of the charter schools into the regular public schools, and make certain that you do no harm. That's one of the things I tried to emphasize in the book is if you're going to have a reform initiative, make sure it doesn't hurt kids. We shouldn't have kids trucking over to one school and find out it doesn't work and then trucking back. They only have one time in school, and if we waste multiple years while we're figuring out what works, that's not a good idea.
It's almost as though those people who are advocating for these rogue invasive species charter schools have never had children. Because I know I have one child, she's an adult now, but when she was 7 years old, bouncing her back from one school to another, that would not have gone over well. Some kids may be more flexible. Most of the kids I know, they want to go to a school. They want to stay in that school. They want to be successful in that school. They don't want to be pushed from one school to the next. I've never known kids that were very good at that.
Well, I read today about a mother in Detroit where Betsy DeVos has put in a lot of her time, and that mother's the parent of a third grade child, somebody who's been in school. This is his 4th year. He's now on his 5th school.
Wow.
And not only that, he's doing terribly. He can only write the first 2 letters of his name. And she's, scared to death that he's never going to learn to read and write, and that he's going to get left at the gate, and he's about to go into his 2nd trip around on 3rd grade.
Why has he been to so many schools?
Because of the school choice situation there, and the fact that everything is chaotic, and as the charters pull kids every willy here and there, and the school district is under tremendous fiscal pressure because they've lost millions and millions of dollars of state aid as more and more of the money has gone back out to the charters. They're closing down school buildings all over the place and consolidating kids to try to make programs work. So if you're a parent in that trying to find the best thing for your child, it's a mess. And I don't want to see that mess visited on other urban areas in the United States as Donald Trump and Betsy DeVos figure out what those of us who've worked in education know very well after years and years of experience. And that's what gets me back to, she never taught in a school, she never worked as a principal, she never worked as a superintendent. She doesn't understand the intricacies of these issues. She's approaching them from an ideology, not from a practical experience standpoint.